Hello, my name is Danielle Jimenez. This is my week 1 video. I completed 150 questions on Kaplan and 30 questions in UWorld, and I have reviewed all my missed questions. My top 3 questions were I'm going to go over. 2 of them are within the same next generation question packet. You know, there's questions 1 through 6 that go over the same nurse's notes and pretty much the same case. So I'm going to go over those 2 questions first, and then the last one is a question on its own. I had an emergency radio report, and I'm just going to read it to you. All facilities, emergency alert. A passenger train was hit and knocked off train tracks by a tourist bus. Initial reports describe massive damage to the bus and several overturned train cars. 2 fire departments and 8 ambulances have been dispatched so far. Expect victims to arrive by private vehicle in addition to ambulances, since private citizens are stepping in to help. Stand by for further reports. In the nurse's notes, In the nurse's notes, a young adult client brought in by a private car driven by witness of a train or bus collision. Client carefully moved from car to stretcher. Eyes closed and client does not respond to stimuli. Color pale with circular motor cyanosis. Respiratory is 6 to 8 per minute. Irregular with occasional gasping. Pulse is weak and thready. Right leg of pants is soaked through with blood, and a very large puddle of blood is noted on the floor of the car. Pant leg cut open to reveal a raged laceration surrounding an open fracture and large gash in the upper leg, which is weakly pulsing out blood. Abdomen distended and very firm. The question that I missed that was asking which 3 actions would be appropriate for the nurse to take before moving the client into the facility. I chose notify the client's next of kin, perform a complete neurological assessment, and immediately apply a tourniquet to the right leg, which those are all incorrect. I chose to notify the client's next of kin because that would, notifying the client's next of kin will not help his health condition. It's just going to help, identify the person or, help let the family know. So I guess that was why it was wrong. I also put perform a complete neurological assessment, which obviously is wrong. If, he's already not responsive, it's pretty much impossible to perform a neurological assessment. You kind of already know what's going on by him not responding. And immediately apply a tourniquet to the right leg. I wrote that after rereading it. I understand now you're not going to apply the tourniquet on the leg. If he's already bled out, it's not really going to do much for the patient. The correct answer was attach a black tag to the client because pretty much he is deceased or, dying. Scan and enter the client's tag information or barcode and document the mode of arrival, assessment, and care provided. So those were all the correct answers. The second question that I missed was over the same case. That question is complete the following sentences by choosing from the list of options. The nurse knows the philosophy of mass casualty triage and treatment is to, and I put provide the greatest good for the greatest number, which was correct. The nurse expects the client to be triaged to, and I put red tag, which is unstable and emergent group, which I know now from the first question that I got wrong, that this patient will be a black tag, which would be expected death. The nurse plans the client's care with the understanding that the client will, and I put need to be transported to more acute care facility, which is incorrect. The correct answer would be require constant care or elaborative treatment, since he is already, passing. With his irregular grasping and his respiratory rate, and those are all clear signs that he's a black tag patient. So especially in a mass casualty event, you want to prioritize those that you can help. Like stated, the greatest of the good. So those that you can help, those that can wait, you really need to prioritize your triaging correctly. The last question that I got wrong says, excuse me, the nurse provides care for a client diagnosed with a paranoid schizophrenia. The client's spouse states that the client has not slept in 3 nights. What action does the client take? The first answer is assign the client to straighten up the day room. Second answer is establish a trusting nurse-client relationship. Third is encourage the client to sleep and offer a sleep aid. And the fourth is to introduce the client to other clients on the unit. I put encourage the client to sleep and offer sleep aid, and this was incorrect. I didn't, after reading the answer choices, I just didn't remember to take account of that this is a schizophrenic patient. So a client that's diagnosed with schizophrenia views the world as hostile and threatening. So the nurse needs to provide a trusting environment before she can offer anything. When a client is going through this and they're not sleeping as schizophrenic, they may be dealing with hallucinations or delusions that could impede trust and prevent them from sleeping. So definitely the sleep aid would probably not be very effective or possible to give to a schizophrenic person going with 3 nights with no sleep. The correct answer was establishing a trusting nurse-client relationship, which I explained why that was the correct answer. So I guess I would say this week I learned to, after reading my answer choices, going back and reading the question again and just making sure I understand what they're asking instead of just automatically clicking an answer. Just click the answer that I think it is, go back, reread it, and then make sure that that's the answer I want to choose. I feel like the third question especially, I could have gotten it correct if I reread the question, as well as the second one. The first one, I think I was a little confused because I didn't reread the nurse's notes, which I think could have helped me, or really read it and understood it, if that makes sense. So that's it. Thank you.